Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a pretty quick video going over whether or not Apex Trader Funding is really worth it and things that I think would make it better, but really because I'm already funded with them, funded with $50,000, really if I would recommend it to other people. So I do not have any sort of affiliate links or anything with them just yet. I'll probably try and get that set up pretty soon. But a very frequently asked question, very basic question, pretty simple to answer as well, is which account is best? Well, for dollar value, the best account is the 300,000 because you get 35 contracts and the profit goal is really the same as the rest of them. It's going to be very small, very obtainable. But the thing is, most of these, mathematically and statistically, you're not actually going to pass. When I say most of these, I actually mean all of them. So the statistics are 60% of people do not get funded. So 40% of people actually, after no matter how many accounts, the average is like 50 or 60, actually get funded. And then out of those people, out of those 40%, only 10% will actually receive a payout. So what you really have to understand is that you need to read all the rules, you need to follow a trading strategy, you need to know ahead of time what you're doing before starting this, because most of those, like the vast majority of those people are just gambling, not actually reading any other things, and so of course they're not going to get funded. So with that being said, what's the best account? Considering you're probably not going to pass immediately, it'll probably take a couple fails. It took me a few fails. So I would recommend starting off with the 50,000 because if you see, we only buy these when they're 90% off. Right now it is 71% off, and it'll go hopefully 90% off in 12 days. So I'll buy some more, and we buy them for $16.70, basically 17 bucks. So if you look over here, we can get the 25K for about $15 when it's 90% off. So that to 50K. 50K is obviously a better deal because it's literally double the capital and more than double the contracts. So it goes from 4 to 10. But then if you look at 75K, like you might be thinking, well, let's just add a little bit more money to get 50% more money. It's actually just 20% more contracts. Same with 100K and same with 150. It doesn't actually go up as well as you'd like it to. And I didn't even realize that, to be honest, when I bought a couple of the challenges. When I realized, I was a little disappointed, so 50K is the way to go, really. It's simple, 10 contracts, $3,000 profit target, very simple. You have 2,500 to lose before that, so it's very, very easy, in my opinion, if you're actually following a trading strategy and you have experience. Now, I did just throw a huge curveball and tell you guys how little people actually get a payout after being funded. So that is true. Those are real numbers. You can find it on interviews with prop firm owners. Specifically, I think that one was Top Step, but Apex is like the same thing. Probably a little bit more people get funded with Apex just because there's only one evaluation instead of a two-phase evaluation. So I would definitely, out of all prop firms, recommend Apex because of their prices, because it's only a one phase. The only thing I really don't like about Apex, there's two things I don't like. One I really don't like is the $160 activation fee to actually get funded. So this is just the fee you're paying. It's a monthly payment. Um, so that is, it's manageable. It's only 17 bucks. So if you can't risk 17 bucks, you shouldn't be, really trading. But then you have to pay 160 bucks and then 17 a month, which is, at that point, it's a little much, right? Because at that point you could just be using your own money to trade, but it's not a huge deal. If you're actually getting payouts from Apex, it's not a huge deal. It's just a little much. I think because they did just increase the prices from $100 to 160. I think maybe max they should do it $50 for lifetime. You can also do only $100 if you want to pay that monthly. That's pretty ridiculous, but a lot of people tend to do that because they think they might not be able to keep the account for so long. they think they'll probably fail it before then, but they'll be just doing it for the challenge, I guess. By the way, you guys do not have to pay the activation fee. You're not forced to do so. You only do that if you want to then get funded after passing the challenge, and you actually get your certificate for whatever account size. So I got my $50,000 certificate before I paid the activation fee, so that's great. I think that's super cool because that really shows, that's the most important part, shows that you can trade well. So if you guys just want to do these for fun, and not even pay that activation fee, not actually get funded with them, I definitely do that. Like I would just buy a couple $17 accounts and then trade them. That way I can show people that I can trade. So I think no matter what, for 17 bucks, that is definitely worth it. I'm gonna print mine out. It's cool, and you know, it's great proof. Now, if you guys have any other questions, I could walk you guys through the signing up, the payments, anything like that. Just let me know. I do have a Discord that I'll link in the description, so you can DM me or you can just use the comments. Any one of those are fine. My DMs are always open. But there's really not a whole lot to go over. The last big thing is the 30% rule. The thing I said I didn't like is the 30% rule, where basically if you want to take money out of your account, so if you have a $50,000 account and you make $1,000, you want to withdraw that 1,000, but let's say you made it all in one trade, you cannot do that. So you can actually only, if you want to withdraw $1,000, you have to do it in chunks that are less than 30% of a trading day. Sorry, not of a trading day, of your profits. So I'll explain this as simply as I can because it took me a while to understand this. If you want to withdraw $1,000, you need to on one day make $250, on the next day make $250, on another day, they don't have to be consecutive, make $250, and on another day make $250. So that's 25%. You cannot make 333 bucks, 333 bucks, 333 bucks. Wow, that killed me. You cannot do that if you want to withdraw $1,000. It's got to be less than 30%. And so what I'm going to be doing is probably going for $500 a day to withdraw the maximum of 2,000. And after you withdraw 2,000 3 times, then you can withdraw as much as you'd like. Or no, just it's actually any 3 withdrawals. So you could withdraw 500 bucks. After you do that 3 times, you can withdraw as much as you want. So, can you have a full career, a sustained career trading with Apex? The answer is yes, if you understand everything and you are funded with multiple accounts, like maybe 3 or 5, and you're trading those every other day or something like that. If you just have one account, you cannot rely on that. You definitely have to keep working a job. Even with multiple accounts, I'd work a job anyways because, you know, you might lose a trade one day and you still want to make money. But with one account, it is not possible, just because you can only make 2,000 bucks for the first 3 months, the first 3 withdrawals, and you could lose the account at any minute. Any trade that goes wrong, you really could lose that account very quickly, and statistically, mathematically, you will. So that's why you need multiple accounts. I'm going to be buying many more evaluations next time Apex is 90% off. But just remember, for every evaluation you buy, if you pass, you do have to pay $160 to activate your account. So if anyone from Apex is watching, please make that activation fee like 50 bucks, because that is pretty absurd. It kind of just makes you seem a little greedy. And that 30% rule, I'd really like to see at least like 35%. I think that would be more appropriate. I know Top Step does 50% now, but 35% I'd be fine with, because then you can make 333 bucks 3 days. Now you have to make tiny amounts of money. Like, you really are limited in the amount of money you can make to actually withdraw. So this video actually went for a little longer than I intended, but hopefully you guys learned a lot. Like I said, any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day.